Good afternoon, everyone. We'll meet the session in 5 minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll meet the session in 5 minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all to the third workshop of Vidusara Magicbit IoT Challenge Workshop Series. Myself, Utpala Vanninayaka, I'm the Content Manager in Magicbits Private Limited. So in our workshop 3, in the third day, so we are going to discuss about few applications of IoT using the Magicbit and Magic blocks. Now you don't worry whether you don't have any Magicbit with you. We'll give you the solution for that. So being with us throughout the workshop. Okay, as we discussed in our workshop 1, in that introduction to IoT workshop, we have discuss about the main components of an IoT system, or discuss about the IoT architecture. There we mainly discuss about three components. The first thing is connected with, which are with sensors or actuators, and then we have discussed about the second component as the connectivity or the gateways or the mode of network. And as the third component that should be in IoT system is the cloud platform. That means the cloud server to collect, store, and visualize data that we gain through IoT or things or the devices in the system. So, as we are going to discuss about applications today, in each and every applications, there should be an IoT system. In that system, these three components should be there. So, as these three components in our today's session, we are going to use the Magicbit. This is a development board. I told you as the devices or the things in our IoT already fully developed devices or development boards also we can use. So here in today's session, we are going to use this development bit for our applications today. We'll see what is this Magicbit. I will give you a little explanation about this Magicbit development board. This Magicbit development board is a ESP32 based development board. So this is fully made in Sri Lanka, and there are a lot of inbuilt features in this. So as this is made in Sri Lanka, so you can have it to you within Sri Lanka without importing or without spending lot of money. Okay, so this is the front side of the Magicbit. Here it has marked the components or the inbuilt features in this Magicbit. There are some inbuilt sensors and actuators are there, and some ports for the extra connections. And this is the back side of the Magicbit. In the back side also you can have some sensors and actuators. Some are like LEDs, and there are also some motor drive as well, and different types of ports are there for different types of connections. So altogether this is a feature rich high inbuilt featured development board. Okay, and as I told you, there are a lot of inbuilt features in this Magicbit. As you can see here, along with the Magicbit, there are some pluggable modules you can have. Just like in this, you can plug them without using any kind of wires to connect them. You just need to plug to the pins. So with the Magicbit, you can have, there are mainly 10 sensors, or mainly there are 10 actuators, both actuators and sensors are there. You can directly plug with the Magicbit. They are IR receiver, IR emitter, and also you can have the temperature and humidity sensor, which is we call DHT11. And also you can plug the servo motor directly to the Magicbit, and also the ultrasonic sensor. And also you can use soil moisture sensor directly with the Magicbit. And also there are some other sensors as well: motion sensor, proximity sensor, RGB LED, tilt sensor, And also you can have two types of extension modules that helps you to plug some other sensors to the Magicbit directly without using any kind of jumper wires or connecting cables. Okay, as I told you, we are going to use the MagicBlocks IoT cloud platform for our cloud platform in the applications we are going to discuss. Let's see what is this MagicBlocks cloud platform. So MagicBlocks cloud platform, we gave the name it as magicblocks.io. This is actually based on Node-RED tool that is separately customized from Node-RED. Actually, that is customized for Magicbit and both ESP32 based development boards. You can use this MagicBlocks platform to program any kind of ESP32 based development boards. And here the programming is not just like the other programming platforms. Here it is a visual programming environment there. That means the block based programming or drag and drop programming method is there. So you don't worry that whether you are beginning to programming, don't worry. You can easily learn this because it is a block based platform. So now with the use of Magicbit, Magicblocks, and with the help of network connectivity Wi-Fi, we are going to look at some applications, IoT applications that we can easily do. And also there's in this IoT, Magicbits IoT cloud platform, not only the programming environment, there you can have the simulate as well. That means though you don't have any hardware components with you, still you can try out these examples because there's a simulator in this Magicblocks platform. Without any development board, I mean without having the Magicbit or without having any sensors, still you can try out these examples of applications because of this Magicblocks IoT simulator. Okay, here's our first example or first application we are going to discuss today. Real-time weather station. We are going to measure temperature, humidity and light around us. Okay, before going to the application, we should know what is meant by this weather station. Weather station is a monitoring instrument that can be used to monitor real-time environmental changes such as temperature, humidity, wind, speed, rainfall and etc. So with IoT, that means with the internet, weather stations become more easy to monitor and generate warnings. That means with the use of IoT, we don't need to be near the weather station. Though the weather station is somewhere else, but we are in somewhere else, but there's no any restriction because of the IoT. We can watch the weather parameters and guess about the weather condition. So a simple instrument that can be used to monitor some kind of weather related or environmental changes. So that instrument we call the weather station. So here we are going to discuss about the simple weather station that can we create in our level using IoT. Okay. So in a weather station, when we are going to measure some parameters, here are some parameters that we can measure like temperature, wind speed, light level or the luminance level and the rainfall and the humidity, and also we can measure the wind direction and the environmental or the atmospheric pressure, and as well as we can measure the UV radiation as well. So out of actually here a little amount, a very few amount of parameters have measured. There are a lot of parameters that we can measure in the actual weather stations. As we are going to do a small kind of a small version of a weather station, we are going to measure few of them. So out of these mentioned parameters, in our application today, We are going to measure this temperature, humidity and light. Now we'll see how we are going to measure. So for measuring temperature and humidity, we are going to use the DHT11 temp sensor. From this DHT11 sensor, we can measure both temperature and humidity at the same time. Here as shown in the figure, in our Magicbit, we can connect this DHT11 sensor into pin number 32 or 33 because both the ports are same. Both the ports are outing 3.3 volts, so we can use any of them. Now you don't worry whether you don't have Magicbit and these sensors with you. Just wait in the session. You can try out this without the hardware parts with you. Okay, I will guide you how you can do this. So after connecting the THT11 sensor to the Magicbit to pin number 33 or 32, then we need to make the program using the Magicbit IoT cloud platform. That means we need to get the data from this sensor and save it in the cloud platform. That is why we are using a cloud platform now within an IoT system. So now we need to log into IoT cloud platform, this MagicBlocks cloud platform, and we need to create the program. So before going to the Magicblocks cloud platform, I need to mention you something. Here in this when working with Magicblocks platform, first you need to log into the Magicblocks account and you have to create your own account there. And you have to, if you are using an physical IoT device, you have to make some initial settings there. I am not going to guide you with that steps. If you are really interested about this creating Magicblocks account and setting this Magicbit earlier setting connections, you need to watch or you need to go to this Vidusara IoT Magicbit IoT Challenge Competition official web page. There you can have the starting steps or steps to follow that if you need to create an magic account in Magicblocks. Okay, so now let's go to Magicblocks. When you create your Magicblocks account, here's your home page looks like. Here you can have a side navigation bar, a control panel here at the left side of the interface. The first icon, it is the home. Now we are at this home page. Then, so before going, now we need to click on this playground, the second icon. This is the place where we are going to create our program. Here are the blocks. As I told you, this is a block-based programming platform. You just need to drag this kind of blocks here and connect them. And within the blocks, you can do any of changes according to your application. And you can have the output. You don't need to type any type of codes just like in other coding platforms. This is very easy when compared with the other coding platforms. So now, before going to this creating the program, we need to add our Magicbit device to this program. We need to connect our Magicbit device to this cloud platform. For that, you have to go for this device manager tab here. Here, in this device manager tab, you have to add your Magicbit device. If you are using an hardware Magicbit device, if you don't have a Magicbit device, still you can have this platform. Okay, so I will show you how we are going to add this Magicbit device. So click on add device here. And here you need to give a name to your device. For my thing, I will give it my bit and save. All the other sections are keep as it is. Okay, now I have added the Magicbit. Now I have already connected a Magicbit to my laptop. Now here you can see there's a settings icon here. This setting icon. Now click on this. Here after as we are going to use, what we are doing now is we are connecting our device to the IoT cloud platform now. You know how we are going to connect these two is using a network parameter or a connectivity mode or any gateway. So as I told you in the beginning, the gateway we are using in this application is Wi-Fi. So here we have to give the Wi-Fi name that we already connected and the password. So I will give my Wi-Fi name and you have to give the password as well. You have to give your Wi-Fi name and password that you in your home. If not, you can use mobile data. That means what we call mobile hotspot. You can use them if you don't have any Wi-Fi connection. After giving the Wi-Fi name and the password, we'll move forward. Here you can use Wi-Fi option or USB, but for the moment I prefer to use USB. For your cases also, I suggest you to use the USB option. In any case, if you want to use Wi-Fi, you can use it. But here I'll show you how we can use this USB mode. So I'll click on this USB as it is already connected. So click on next and here it shows the Wi-Fi name you given. You can double check for it. Now I'll click on finish. Then as I selected the USB mode, a pop-up will come to select the USB port we connected. So here in the pop-up we have to select the USB port. And it shows a configuration done. And at the same time in your Magicbit you have to select the Magic Blocks option as well. You can have all the steps through the Vidusar Magicbit IoT Challenge website, or you can have these steps through our official YouTube channel, Magicbit YouTube channel as well. You can see those steps later. Okay. After connecting this, now you can see earlier it was a red color dot here, but now as we have connected it correctly, the connection mode is now okay. So the red color turns to green. And then let's go to playground. Okay. Now we'll create our program here. Okay. So we are going to create a weather station. So I told you we are going to measure. First we connected our DHT11 sensor to the Magicbit and then we are going to create the program for that. So in the program we have to get the inject block and a DHT11 block. Okay, we'll go back to the Magic Blocks platform. Now we are in the playground after making all the connections. So to measure the DHT11 sensor parameter, so to measure the temperature and the humidity, they ask us to use this inject block. You can see there are a set of blocks here. When you scroll down through this scroll, you can see set of blocks. So here in the general block set, in the name of general block set, the very first block, the inject, we need to use this. So drag and drop it here in the playground. And with that we have to use, as our sensor is DHT11, in this Magicbit block set you can see there's a block called DHT11. Okay, so though it is mentioned as Magicbit, these blocks can be used for any ESP32 based development board. Though it is mentioned in Magicbit, you can still use these blocks for any ESP32 based development board. Okay, now we have this inject block. Now you will confuse, here it is inject, but name here it is somewhat different. That is due to some properties within the block. I will show you the properties. And then what we have to do, then we need to connect these two blocks by this, like this. And after connecting, we need to do some changes within these two blocks in order to see the parameters, in order to see the output. So double click on this timestamp block. Actually this is the inject block here. Why it is showing timestamp? Because if you see at the place of payload here, okay, how I open the changes or the settings, we need to do the changes. We need to double click on this block, each and every block. Okay, here in the inject node, inject block, at the place of payload, you can see it shows as timestamp. That is why it shows here timestamp. Okay, so here, if you want to measure the temperature and humidity just now, or at time you want, you can keep it without repeating, just keep it like that. If you want to repeatedly measure the temperature and humidity, at this place of repeat, you can select. You can select an interval, or you can select interval between any times, or you can set any specific time that you want to measure. But for the moment, I'll keep it repeat as none. So I haven't done any changes within this inject block. Okay. So now, then we have to do some changes within the DHT11 block. Double click on that. Here it is asking for a name. If you want, you can give a name for that. If not, you can keep it like that. So I'll give it a name because I am going to measure the temperature here. So I will give it the name temperature. Then it is easy for me to understand which block is which. Okay, so after giving the name, here it is asking for device ID. So you can have a small drop down arrow here. When you click on this, it will show you the devices you connected to your Magic blocks. If you can remember, at the beginning, I connected this, I gave the name for my Magicbit as MyBit. So here it displays. So I need to select that correct Magicbit. And then here in the beginning I showed you we have connected this DHT11 block to pin number 32 or 33. You can use any of these. So we have to give that correct pin here. So in my case I have connected into pin number 33. So here I will select the pin number as 33. If you have connected the DHT11 to pin number 32, you have to select here 32. So now here at the mode, you can see it is showing temperature, humidity and both temperature and humidity. Here in this case, I am going to measure temperature only. So I will select temperature. After making all these changes, click on done. So now we have make the changes we want within the two blocks. After making, now this is the program for our measuring temperature through DHT11. Now when we deploy this, it will show successfully deployed, and you can see near this temperature block, it is showing connected. That means I have made all the changes correctly. Now if I want to see the value of the temperature, I need to click on this small cage here in the timestamp or the inject block. Now you can see at the place of connection it show me the temperature detected by the DHT11 sensor. It is 31 degrees Celsius around me. So sometimes this value may be different in your place. Okay. So now we have measured the temperature. Now we want to measure the humidity as well. For the measuring of humidity, we are using the same DHT11 sensor, but we are using a separate DHT11 block here. Again, go back to Magicbit, drag and drop this DHT11 block here. Here also we have to do the changes as earlier. So double click on this. Here to differentiate from earlier DHT11, I will give this a name humidity. Because we are going to measure the humidity. So here also as the same DHT11 sensor and same Magicbit we are using. So you have to select the correct device here. Again it is my bit, the name I given to the Magicbit when I am adding it. And the same pin and the mode. Now we are going to measure the humidity. So I will select humidity and click on done. Now you can see now there are two DHT11 blocks with the names temperature and humidity. So what I want to do, I want to measure the temperature and humidity at the same time. So without using a separate timestamp, I will connect this humidity block to the same timestamp or the same inject block. Now as I made changes within the playground or within this program, you can see we have to deploy it again. That means the deploy button is blue color. So we have to deploy. So I'll click on deploy. Now when you deploy, you can see the deploy button goes ash color and it will display a successful message. Now under those both THT11 sensor blocks, it is showing connected. When I click on this inject, because I need to measure the values just now, so I click on this. When I click on this, show a message successfully injected, and around the two blocks it shows me the values. Now the temperature is around 31 degrees Celsius and the humidity is around 75%. Okay. So now we have measured or we have tried to measure the temperature and humidity through our DHT11 sensor and Magicbit using Magic Blocks. Now we need to display these values in a dashboard. So we have, after connecting, we went to the Magic Blocks and we have do this to temperature and to measure humidity both. And we'll try to, okay, I will show the another thing as well. So before showing the values in Magicbit, we'll try to measure the light level around us. To measure the light level around us, we are going to use the onboard LDR. That means in our Magicbit, they have connected the LDR to the Magicbit. So we don't need to use a separate LDR or we don't need to buy a separate LDR for this. LDR means light dependent resistor. So the resistance within this resistor varies according to the light level. So as this LDR already connected to the Magicbit, we don't need to connect any hardware part. We just need to program the thing in Magic Blocks. If you can see here, I have marked that through this red color circle. This is the LDR. And near there you can see 36. That means this LDR is connected to the pin number 36 in the Magicbit. So let's do the programming within the Magic Blocks platform to measure the light level through this LDR. For that, we need inject block. As this LDR is an analog sensor, it is getting analog values. So we have to use analog in block, and it is we need to range the inputs from this LDR to a certain level in order to make the or map the ranges. We are using this range block as well. Okay, now let's go to Magic Blocks platform again. Here I am using the same inject block, so I don't get any inject block again. So to measure the LDR value, as I told you, we have to use analog in block because this LDR is an analog sensor. So here you can see in the Magicbit block set, there's a block called analog in. So I will drag and drop it here. And rather than the analog in, we need to have this range block. You can have this range block within this general block set here. Drag and drop it here. Now we'll connect these three blocks as well. I'll connect this analog block to the same inject block, and I'll connect this range block to analog in. Now we have to do some changes just like the earlier DHT11 sensors. So double click on analog in. So here also if you want to give a name to the block, you can give. So I will give this at LDR or any name you can give. Okay. So here at the place of device ID, as we are using the same Magicbit, I select my Magicbit. And pin, I told you that in the LD Magicbit here, the LDR is connected to pin number 36 here. It shows here in the Magicbit board. So we'll select the pin 36 as the pin in this analog in. And if you don't know, don't worry, here it mentioned as well. Near the 36 Magicbit LDR, near 39 Magicbit port. Port means potentiometer. That means in the Magicbit you can have a onboard potentiometer as well. That is why it shows as port. So as we are using Magicbit LDR, you need to select pin number 36. Okay. So method, as the method, there are two methods. I will select interrupt. And you can give a threshold value. For the threshold value, for the moment I will give it 10. Threshold value means a margin to select. Okay, when the value is beyond that, it doesn't show the value like that, a threshold value. After making these changes, we'll click on done. Now we have make the changes within the LDR or the analog in block. Now we need to make some changes within this range block. These changes may be different according to the application or the usage of that block. Okay, so changes are not already same for say the different applications. It will differ from the application. So in this place of range, we are going to make this input range and result range. Input range means the values that coming from the LDR. As this is an analog sensor, the values are coming from 0 to 4096. But we need to show this range of value between 0 and 100. We need to map these 0 and 4096 values to 0 and 100 values, within 0 and 100 values. And we need to round to integers. We don't need to show decimal places, so we'll tick on this place as well. So we did only changing the ranges. Input range is from 0 to 4096, but we need to map that range to 0 to 100. So after doing these changes, click on done. Now we have made the changes for this reading LDR value as well. Now as we have done changes within the whole program, you can see again the deploy button has get blue color. So we need to deploy it again. And we need to click here, and you can see near all three values the LDR value is showing. Earlier it was connected, shows connected, and after 2 to 3 seconds it shows the corresponding value. Now in my device, in my Magicbit, the LDR detecting the light level as 58, humidity as 75, temperature as 31 degrees, and the light level as 58. So here it shows like this, but now we need to show these values in the dashboard. I think you may heard about dashboards. That means how the weather parameters are changing. Okay, forget about this weather parameter dashboards. Have you heard about the vehicle dashboard? In each and every vehicle, there's a dashboard to show us the fuel level, show us the gas level, and to give us alerts or alarms about the doors are not closed properly or the seat belts are not placed properly, like that. So in each and every vehicle there's a dashboard. No? Just like this, we are going to show these values measured from our DHT11 and LDR in a dashboard. Okay, after measuring the LDR value, we are going to show this in a dashboard. Here's a dashboard, just like this. We can show us our temperature, humidity values like this, or we can show it in a chart like this. Anyhow, there are more different options are there. So out of the options, we are going to display those things. So to display in the dashboard, we need to use the block called gauge. There are a lot of blocks here, but for the moment we are using this gauge block. So we'll go back to the Magic Blocks platform. Here when you scroll down this scroller of the block palette, you can see there's a block set called dashboard here. Okay, so here when you scroll down within the dashboard block set, you can see there's a block called gauge, this one. So I'll drag and drop it here. As we need to display all three details here, or three parameters, I need to use three gauge blocks. So I will drag three gauge blocks. So now I will need to make changes each gauge block in order to show these three values. Okay, so before make the changes, we'll need to create a dashboard. Okay, so in that you can create a dashboard here. When you go for this information section, it will show a dashboard icon like this. You can see there's a bar chart icon here. When you put your cursor to mouse point to that, it will show the icon name dashboard. Click on this and you can have this type of things. So here some dashboards I have already created. I will delete them and show you from the very beginning. Okay, now there's no any dashboard. So I need to create a tab within the dashboard. So for that you can see there's a small block here with the plus mark and with the name tab. Click on this and it will add a tab here. So when you move your mouse pointer to that tab, you can see there's two blocks, group and edit. First I will edit the name because I need to change this name tab 1. So I will click on this pen icon with the edit button and it will open this kind of page. So here at the place of name I will delete this tab 1. I need to give it the name weather station. So I will give the name. You can give any name you want, okay? And click on update. Now you can see earlier it was like tab 1. Now it is changed to weather station. I have missed. Okay. Weather station. Now within that weather station tab, I need to create groups. I need to create a group for temperature, to display temperature, and another group for display humidity value, and another group to display LDR value. So I will click on this group icon here. Then it will add a group. When you move your cursor to that group, again you can see a edit icon. So I'll click on that. I'll give the name to this group as temperature because I need to show my temperature value within this temperature group. Now you can see the group is inside this tab weather station we created. Okay, update. So I need to have another group to display this humidity. So I'll add another group. So I'll change that name to humidity. Now I need another group to display this LDR value. So I'll add another group and I'll change its name to light level. Because through the LDR we are measuring or displaying the light level. No? So that's why I use the name light level. Now I have created a tab called weather station, and within that weather station tab I created 3 groups to display temperature, humidity and light level. Okay, now we'll come back to this playground here. So first I will make the settings within this first gauge block. Double click on that. Now you have to select which group you are going to put this gauge. The group means the group out one of the 3 groups you created earlier here. So click on this drop down. You can select the groups and the tabs you created. Here it shows all the groups and tabs I have created earlier. So from here you can see I will select, I need to show the within the temperature group in the weather station. Then you have to select. Okay. So as the type you can select, keep it as gauge, or you can have 4 types here. You can use any type of that. First, for the first thing I will use this gauge. Here if you want you can change the label, or you can give any name, or you can delete the label as it. Without a label you can have. And at the place of range, you know, in our country the change or the temperature will vary between around from 0 to 45 no. So I'll give that range. In Sri Lanka the temperature doesn't go beyond 45 and temperature doesn't go beyond 0 as well. Okay. So anyhow I need to vary the temperature range between 0 and 45. So I gave the range from minimum value of 0 to maximum value of 45. So after making these changes within this first gauge block, I will click on done. Now you can see earlier there was a rectangle icon here in the top, just like these other 2 blocks. After setting it, that rectangle icon, red color triangle icon disappeared. Now I connect this gauge block with this temperature block because I make the changes within the gauge block to this temperature value. Okay, so I do the same thing for this humidity thing. So double click on this second gauge block. As we are going to display this humidity, so we have to select the correct group. Click on this drop down arrow. We have created a separate group to display humidity as humidity within the weather station tab. So I'll select that group here, and here as the type, earlier in the temperature thing I use it as a gauge. Now I use it as a level. Now we'll see the differences later. Okay, so I will delete this label. I don't want to need any label here, and you have to select the range as well. If you see here near the humidity block, it is showing as percentage value. So normally percentage vary from 0 to 100 no. So here, because of that, I will select the range from 0 to 100. So that means humidity mostly vary around 0 to 100. That is why I selected that range. And after setting all these things within the second gauge block, I'll click on done. And now I'll select this as connect the second gauge block we created with the humidity block. And now I'll do the settings to display the LDR value. So I'll double click on this third gauge block, select the necessary group we created. We created a group called light level within the weather station tab to display this LDR value. So I'll select this. Now in the type, you can select any type you want. So I will use this donut type for this. So I have used 3 different types of 3 parameters. If you want, you can use the same type. That is up to you. Again, here also I'll delete the label. And value, I'll give 0 to 100. Why I'll give 0 to 100? If you can remember, in the range block here, we have mapped the value to 0 to 100. So we have to display that 0 to 100 values within this gauge block. So that is why we gave it as 0 to 100. After making this all the changes here, click on done. And now let's connect this third gauge block with this range block. Okay. Now this is our final program to the dashboard and to this real-time weather station. In this weather station, we have measured 3 parameters: temperature, humidity and LDR. For temperature and humidity, we use the DHT level sensor. To measure the light level, we use the LDR. And we have mapped, or we have created the dashboard to show these values. Now we'll see how this dashboard looks like. So before going to the dashboard, you need to click on deploy. Okay, it's showing an error message. We'll see what is that. Okay, after deploying, okay, it's showing me an error. Just give me a second. Okay, so now I'll deploy this. When I deploy this, I need to click on this small cage because I gave the time to just to check the value just now. Okay, so I'll inject this. And now to see the dashboard, you can see in the side control panel, the middle icon, dashboard. When you click on that, you will go to your dashboard. Okay, here you can see the tab, name of the tab we created is weather station, and the tab is there. And here are the 3 groups we created. First group temperature, second group humidity, third group light level. And it shows us like this. So first group is, this is a gauge. See, this is our dashboard. When you see this, you will remember your vehicle dashboard. Something like this, no? So, now you can add many more things to this weather application. See, we have created this kind of dashboard actually. So this is something I created earlier. Now here the actual thing we created now. And after creating this dashboard, you can add more features to this weather station thing. You can add when it exceeds some kind of temperature level, or when it exceed or gone below a level of light level. You can make to create an alarm like that. So you can measure wind speed, wind direction, and those things, and you can use this kind of alarms to do that. So this I'm not going to show you how we are going to create an alarm here. So anyhow, we can do this. Okay, it's up to you. You can try out this. Okay, now you will feel upset because you don't have a Magicbit with you. You don't have any DHT11 sensor with you. How we are going to do this activity? So don't worry. There's a solution. In the beginning also I told you, though you don't have any hardware components with you, still you can try out these examples with the Magicblocks IoT simulator. Now let's see how we can make this weather station application without having this Magicbit and DHT11 sensor physically with us through this simulator. Okay, here's a small video that I have taken according to you. Here it shows how we can open the dashboard. Just look at this. I will show you the steps lively as well. So this is the dashboard, sorry, IoT simulator. When you click on near a port, it will show you the pluggable modules, and you can manually change the values. When you click on LDR plus, you can adjust the LDR value as well. And when you go back to the Magicblocks platform and dashboard again, according to the values measured from the simulator platform, the dashboard will adjust. Now the DHT11 value is 39. So the temperature will show you 39. When it is 18, temperature will adjust to 18. When the LDR value is 418, we have mapped it to 0 to 100 level. It will show the mapped value. See? So still without having a Magicbit and these kind of sensors, you can make these IoT applications. Okay, now let's try to create our IoT thing using an IoT simulator. Okay, this is the actual values or dashboard from the actual component. That means actual Magicbit and DHT11. So now I'll plug out this Magicbit from my device. Now I don't have a Magicbit with me. Imagine now I don't have any Magicbit with me. So first thing we need to do, in the playground we need to create our program like this. So after creating this program, what we have to do, we need to go back to the device manager. At the place of we add the magic name here, no, you can see there's a paper icon, paper rocket icon. near to this settings icon. When you click on that, it will open the simulator for your device. In a separate tab of your browser, it will open the Magicbit simulator. Here, like this. Now in this playground, when we'll go back to the playground, if you can remember, here in the spaces of DHT11, we gave the pin number 33. That means we have to connect the DHT11 sensor to pin number 33. Here in the simulator, you can see here this is the place for pin number 33. When you click on this, it will appear the sensors, pluggable modules, sensor modules that you can connect to that place. So when we select this DHT11, it will automatically connect to that pin. Now as this is a simulator, it can't measure the real values. So we here at this place, we just check our system or whether it is working properly or not. So when you click on this DHT11, it will appear like this. So through this slider, when you slide along this, the temperature value will change. Okay, now we'll set the temperature value around 27 degrees Celsius. Now, after setting this, if you go back to your Magicblocks dashboard, now the Magicboard dashboard temperature value should display 27. Okay, so before going to that, if you see now under these 3 blocks, it's showing disconnected. That means our simulator is not connected with this. So we have to double check with this. Now see, now it is showing connected. That means our simulator is now connected with the actual program. Now after deploying this, if you can see now near this temperature, it shows 27 degrees Celsius. How it shows? Because we have set it to 27 degrees. Now if you click on this dashboard here, you will see the temperature at the temperature group, it shows 27. So from the simulator, you can double check your program, the program you created, the flow you created is working properly, or how the weather, how your dashboard look like, how it's varying. Now we'll try to change the light level, and there is one more thing to say. Through the simulator THT11, we can't measure the humidity. That is why here at the place of humidity it is showing 0. We can adjust only the temperature. Okay, so now let's try to adjust the LDR value as well. You can see this is the place of LDR. When you click on this LDR, it will open this LDR adjusting setup. So when you slide along this slider, you can change the value from 0 to 4096 maximum. So I will set a value around like this. Now in this case it shows 2336. But in our actual program, we have mapped that to a value around 0 to 100 now. So that for 2339 value will converted into a value in between this, and that value is here showing it as 57. So when we go back to the dashboard also you can see the light level as 57. Okay, I think now you are really happy about the applications, because though you don't have a Magicbit and the sensors, still you can try out these examples. Okay, so that is the end of first application, real-time weather station. When you try this, you can add more things to this example. I have used only this DHT11 to measure temperature and humidity, and this LDR to measure the light level. No? So you can use many more other sensors and try out other different environmental parameters to display on this dashboard in this IoT real-time weather application. And also you can generate some alarms to inform the user about the weather parameters. The developing part, so improving this application is up to you. I think you got a better idea about how you can create a real-time weather application using Magicbit and Magicblocks platform, and also how you can use the Magicblocks IoT simulator as well. Okay, now we'll see another application, IoT application that we can do with this Magicbit Magicblocks. Okay, so here you can log into this Magicblocks application using your mobile phone and also using your laptop. When you try it, there are two methods that you can log into this Magicblocks application via your mobile phone. First method is just search using your browser in the mobile phone. Just search magicblocks.io. Then it will give you a interface to log in. Then you can log into your Magicblocks account and do the same thing we did now. But when you do it, you will feel the programming using the Magicblocks app in Magicblocks platform in the mobile phone is somewhat difficult. But you can have the dashboard and all the other parameters, same things that we had within the laptop, same as that you can have all the things within the mobile phone as well, but it is little bit of difficult just like when compared with the laptop. So there's another way to overcome the above earlier mentioned difficulties, to connect between the Magicblocks and mobile phone and Magicbit. You know this Magicblocks act as the cloud platform of the connection mode between the Magicbit and mobile phone or the laptop. No, when we figure out that you can connect to Magicblocks through your mobile phone using the Magicblocks mobile app. There's a mobile app for this Magicblocks platform. Instead of searching for the Magicblocks through the web browser, you can just have a mobile app which is very easy to use rather than the earlier method. Now we'll see how you can use this mobile app to do our IoT applications. So when you go to your Play Store, when you search for Magicblocks, you can have this mobile app. When you download and install this mobile app, the home page will look like this, just like the middle figure. And here are some set of sensor parameters are there. I will explain what those are later. So for the moment, when you search for the mobile app through the Play Store, you can see like this. When you download and install this, the home page or the front page of the app will look like this. Okay, now we'll see, as this real-time weather station is an mobile application, is an IoT application. That means if we have internet, we can log into this. We should be able to see this, so we should be able to manage this dashboard, weather station dashboard, from anywhere in the world. So if you have the mobile phone with you, you can do that. To do that, you can use this Magicblocks mobile app. But there are several steps you have to do at the very first time when you use. Now we'll see how we can do it. As I told you earlier, we have this dashboard icon here, this bar graph icon. When you click on that, at this place here, here it shows the tabs or the things we created within the dashboard. Now, here within this Magicblocks app, when you click on this dashboard icon, this playground will disappear and you will go to dashboard page. Now, keeping this, we can open the dashboard in a separate tab. To do that, what you have to do within this dashboard icon, when you click this, you can see there's a outgoing arrow icon here, like this, the place I am showing here at this top right corner of the interface. When you click on this, you will see it will open your dashboard as a separate tab, like this. Okay, after opening this, open your Magicblocks app in your mobile phone. Once you have downloaded and installed your Magicblocks app in your mobile phone, in that place, in the home page, you can see there's an icon at the navigation bar, this settings icon. In the bottom left right corner, on the bottom right corner, you can have this settings icon in your mobile app. Click on this settings icon. So you have to do this after opening your Magicblocks dashboard through the laptop in a separate tab. Okay, after following these two steps, then you have to go to your mobile app and open this settings icon. When you click on this settings icon, you will direct it to this kind of page. When you scroll down this page, at the last thing, you can see there's a place to enter dashboard URL, just like what I am showing here. Through this orange color arrow, there's a place called dashboard URL, that where you have to paste the dashboard URL. At this place, you have to type the URL that's shown in your dashboard that you open in a separate tab here. This is the tab we opened. You can see this is the URL for the dashboard. Here you have to type from this https:// from that thing onwards up to this end, you have to type in that Magicblocks mobile app interface here. Once you type that correctly, the dashboard URL, you have to click on this here, this save button in the top right corner of the interface. Now we are dealing with the mobile app, okay? So after typing the URL of the dashboard from the laptop, then you have to click on paste, this save icon. After saving the dashboard URL, you have to click on this dashboard icon in the mobile app. In the navigation bar, in the other side of the navigation bar, you can have this dashboard icon. Then click on that. Still we are in this mobile application, Magicblocks mobile app. So when you click on this dashboard icon, you can see the same dashboard within your mobile phone. Okay, like this, you can have the same dashboard that appeared on your laptop. You can have the same dashboard in your mobile phone. So this is only the first time. This is the thing you have to do. From the second time onwards, you just have to have a internet. If you have an internet connection with your mobile phone, you can or you can launch the mobile app and click on dashboard icon. It will show the necessary value, the real-time values. Each and every time you don't need to paste that dashboard URL. Once you've done it for the first time, then it is saved. Okay, so though you don't have your laptop with you, but if you have the mobile phone and the internet connection, then still you can see your dashboard from anywhere in the world. That is why we have called this mobile application, or we have called this application as IoT weather station, because we used internet to deal with the application. Okay, now you have two solutions when you have this, how you can create this IoT weather station. You can create this using actual Magicbit and actual DHT11 sensor and using Magic Blocks. If you don't have any Magicbit and DHT11 sensor with you, don't worry, still you can try out the example using the Magic Blocks IoT simulator. And once you done this, when you have the mobile phone, though you are not at home or when you don't have your laptop with you, still you can see the dashboard you created through this Magic Blocks mobile app when you install it to your mobile phone. Okay, so now let's see another IoT application, another example that we can do using this Magic Blocks mobile app and as well as Magicbit and another different type of connection mode without using Wi-Fi. So this is our second application, displaying smartphone sensor data. So now what we are going to do, we are going to display some data received from the sensors within our smartphone in our Magic Blocks app or in our Magic Blocks IoT platform. Okay, I don't know whether you know or don't, but in a smartphone there are a lot of sensors are embedded, though they don't appear to see physically, but there are a lot of sensors like this. There are some rotation sensors, proximity, pressure, light, gyroscope, temperature measuring sensors, magnetic field, and accelerometer, gravity. Like this, there are uncountable number of sensors are embedded in a smartphone. So what we are going to do now, we are going to get the measurements or the parameters or the values from these sensors in the mobile phone, and we need to see these values through our Magic Blocks platform. So for this, as the connectivity or the gateway to make the connection between smartphone and the Magic Blocks IoT cloud platform, we use this MQTT method. The connection mode is MQTT. For the earlier application, for the weather station application, we use the Wi-Fi mode. Now for this, we use MQTT. MQTT means message queuing and telemetry transport, the long form or the expanded form of MQTT. This is another type of communication or connecting mode or gateway to connect between devices and cloud platforms within an IoT system. So here now let's try to create the program for this. How to get the values from the smartphone sensors and how to display them. So we have to make the program. To make the program, we have to log into Magic Blocks again. So we'll go back to the Magic Blocks again here. So here I have created it earlier. I'll show you. So for this, to create the program, what we need these two blocks. This first block is MQTT in. When this signal icon is in front of the in the front side of the block, we call that block as MQTT. when you go into the magic blocks, you can see there's another block with the same name MQTT, but the signal mark is in the back side. So for that we call MQTT out. For this we give the name MQTT in block. For the other one we call MQTT out. And for this example we need only these two blocks, MQTT in and this debug block. Okay, after dragging these two blocks to the playground, we have to connect these two. Okay, we'll go back to the magic blocks. So what are the two blocks we needed? We need this MQTT. Here are the two MQTT blocks. This signal, when the signal is in the front of the block, that is MQTT in. When the signal is at the back of the block, that is MQTT out. We need MQTT in block and this debug block here. Both the blocks are in the general block set. And we need to connect these two blocks together. And we have to do some changes within this MQTT block. Double click on this. So here at the place of server. Now we have to connect to a already available MQTT server. Okay, so I will show you. There are a lot of available MQTT servers around us. So out of this lot of available servers, if you don't have used any server earlier, we have to add a new server at this place. So for that, what you have to do, when you click on this drop down arrow, you can see there's option called add new MQTT block. As you are using this block for the first time here, I will show you how to do that. And look, and after selecting this add new MQTT block option, click on this pen icon. Then you will direct it to a page like this. Here, out of the lot of available MQTT servers or brokers, we are going to use this Hive MQTT broker. Okay, so for this, you have to paste that Hive then as the port you have to paste 1883. And after doing that, you have to click on add. As I have already added from this place, I will directly add this. Okay. And then as the topic, then at the for the place of topic, it is the third step. Okay. So here third step shows the broker and the port details here. HVA hive.mq broker we are using, so that is the server name and the port is 1883. After adding this, we should go to the topic. For topic, again you need to open your Magicblocks mobile app, and that in that Magicblocks mobile app, when you go to the settings tab, you know now where is the settings icon. When you click on the settings icon, there you can see a place with the name publish topic, just like this. When you open the settings icon in the mobile app, there you can have a place with the address publish topic. You have to type this address in the publish topic in that Magicblocks MQTT blocks topic place. Here at this place you have to type the topic in your mobile app publish topic place. So we'll type this. After typing the published topic, you can click on that. First step is we have to add the server, and then we have to add the topic. Topic is what? The topic is in the mobile app, Magicblocks mobile app. There you have two topics. Out of them you have to use this published topic, not the subscribe topic. You have to use the public topic and click on done. Now you can see the MQTT in block is renamed with the publish topic we gave. Okay, there's nothing to do here within this debug block. This is the program we have to do. So after creating this, you can click on deploy, and you can see when you click on deploy near this MQTT block, it showed connected just like in the earlier DHT11 blocks. And then what you have to do in your mobile app, you have to go back to your home page, and in the home page you can see in the very top there's a switch to turn on and off. That means connect to MQTT. Now it is already closed, switch off. We have to switch it on. When you click on that connect to MQTT switch on, in your mobile app it will show you a message. The server connection is connected, or some message similar to that. And then you can try out. You can see, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning, when you launch the mobile app, you can have this kind of interface in your home page like this. There are set of sensors here. Here in this mobile app, these are the sensors that basically used in a mobile phone or smartphone. Now we are going to use the measurements or the parameters measured by these sensors to display them in the laptop in our Magicblocks platform. So now after deploying this, now we have make the connection to the MQTT server, and after that what we have to do, you can see there's a small bug icon here. Can you see? Near to the dashboard icon in the top panel, you can see a small bug icon. When you take your mouse pointer to that, it will show debug messages. So when you click on that, you can see this kind of empty thing when you click on this bug icon. So in your mobile phone, now when you click on any mobile when you click on any sensor in your mobile phone app, in that mobile phone home page of the mobile application, you can see the values through your laptop. That means you can send your mobile phone sensor measurements to your laptop, using this kind of MQTT connection. Now in that application, I will select this light sensor. When you turn on the connect MQTT switch, and when you select any sensor in that app, you can have at the place of debug messages, the sensor values will display. So here like this. Here is a small picture I got earlier. When you click on temperature sensor, it will show you the temperature values. When you if you select the GPS sensor, that means location sensor, then it will show you the location, latitude, longitudes, those values. So that is how you can use the mobile phone sensor or the measurements or the values detected through parameters detected through the mobile phone sensors to display in your object. That means we have used the Magicblocks mobile application and MQTT connection mode and Magicblocks IoT cloud platform. So we have discussed today altogether 3 types of activities. First activity is real-time weather station. We use the Magicbit and DHT11 sensor and as well as the onboard LDR in Magicbit, and using the Wi-Fi as the connection or the gateway to connect between the Magicbit device and the Magicblocks IoT cloud platform. We have measured the sensors and we have measured the values, and then we have created a dashboard, and then we have tried out the same application without using the Magicbit and DHT11 sensor hardware components physically. We have tried it using the Magicblocks IoT simulator, and then we try to log into our dashboard through our mobile application through the MQTT connection mode. And using the same MQTT connection mode, we have tried to get the parameters or the values that measured through the mobile phone sensors to our Magicblocks platform. So I think now you have an idea about what kind of and system means what is an IoT application and how we can do for that. These are very few and very basic things. So there are a lot of an uncountable number of IoT applications that you can do with these Magicbit, Magicblocks, and or using any kind of application, I mean any kind of device and any kind of network connection and any kind of IoT cloud platform. This Magicbit, Magicblocks are just an example for them, and we have just covered up very few applications that we can do with them. There are a lot of uncountable number of applications, IoT applications that you can do with these products. So that is the end of the today's workshop, and as well as the workshop series that we have planned to cover up for you to have a better idea about what is mean by an IoT application and how it should be work. And in the very first, in workshop 1, we have covered the basic introduction part about IoT, what is IoT and how IoT application works and what are the things we need to do an IoT system. And in the second workshop, we have covered you how to develop mobile application that is related to IoT, and the mobile application development using the Thunkable platform. The Thunkable also something similar to this Magicblocks platform. Both have the drag and drop facility. And today in our third workshop, we have covered few IoT applications that we can do using Magicbit, Magicblocks, and Wi-Fi and MQTT and Magicblocks mobile app as well. So that is the end of workshop series. So these are the 3 workshops we covered. You can have the recordings or the full videos of the 3 workshops through our official website Magicbit Vidusara Magicbit IoT application IoT competition website, or if you can log into the Magicbit official YouTube channel, there also you can have the 3 workshop recordings. If you want, you can watch them. And if I remind you a few things about the competition we are talking or discussing about the Vidusara Magicbit IoT competition. So deadline for the submissions is 16th of April. That means until 16th of April you can submit your IoT applications, whether it is we are accepting both hardware applications as well as simulations as well. So as the submission you have to do in the format of videos or images, not the hardware parts. We are accepting images and videos. You can do the submissions through the links we have provided in our website. And after submissions done, after the closing date of the submission, then we will announce you, we will inform you about the winners. And then the winner should be needed to demonstrate their application or simulation at the awarding ceremony day. The awarding ceremony day will inform you later. Okay, and the winners will be awarded with valuable prizes and certificates as well. Okay, so this is the official website for this Midusara Magicbit IoT challenge. You can go for this. There you can have the submission links, and from the navigation bar menu, so from the menu bar, you can have the steps to how to connect to the Magic Blocks, how to create your account in Magic Blocks, and how to make the initial settings in the Magicbit with the Magic Blocks. And there are many more other examples you can see there. This is the link for the website magicbit.cc/competitions. Okay, then thank you so much everyone for joining with us today and in the last two workshops as well. And wish you all the very best for your submissions. We'll wait for your submissions. We'll wait for your innovative ideas. We just give you very simple ideas, but you can think beyond that and you can go beyond that and you can develop very creative, innovative IoT applications. Whether it is a hardware or a simulator, no matter, we accept both. So we'll meet on another day. So up to date. Thank you and have a nice day.